It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing. You could be advanced of the advanced of the advanced. But if you want to continue to grow, then you have to keep a beginner mindset. When you think about the idea of a drummer being a beginner, what's the first thought you think? You probably think of a drummer who isn't very good, who has a lot of work to do, right? Now seriously think about it, especially if you've transitioned from being a beginner to more of an intermediate drummer or even an advanced drummer. To be a beginner again would be terrible, right? Well, allow me to reframe those thoughts, and by the end of this video, I'm gonna prove to you why it's better to keep a beginner mindset throughout the entirety of your drumming journey than it is to despise being a beginner. Now, while you may be tempted to think about how hard you had to work to get from where you were to where you are today and how much of a struggle that it was and how many hours you put in, don't forget about the excitement, the passion, the determination you had in the beginning. I mean, in the beginning, you're open to so many possibilities, you're not set in your ways, and not to mention, most drummers have their fastest growth spurt when they're beginners. This happens because the excitement that you have, the drive that you have in the beginning, it leads to practicing and really diving deep and driving in the skill set you need to get from point A to point B. And not to mention, it's also one of the most fun times ever because you're learning all this new stuff and you're just hyped about it. And at the end of the day, in the beginning, you can go from not knowing how to play this instrument at all to being able to play your first groove or your first drum fill within 30 days, literally within a month. Some people learn their first groove in the first week of playing the drums. And that's super exciting when you didn't know how to play before. Now, as you advance, it's easy to get set in your ways. Why? Because you've reached a skill level that has utility. You can play a gig, you can play a song, you might be playing at church now, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But this could also be considered a danger zone because when you reach a certain skill level, you might find that you're good enough. And it's that mindset of being good enough that's literally the enemy, the thing that's keeping you from getting to the next level. And the thing that drum coach Somadi always says on this channel that he hates about advanced drummers is that they're stuck in their ways. And at the end of the day, it's being stuck in your ways that leads to no more growth. The reason you should keep a beginner mindset no matter how good you are is because in order to continue to grow, you're gonna have to learn a new concept, a new pattern, a new groove, a new song, something new. And whenever you're trying to learn something new, it doesn't matter how advanced you are at one aspect of your drumming, you are now a beginner at this new concept that you're trying to learn. But if you get good at being a beginner, then there's no concept that you won't have the patience to learn. Because when you keep that beginner mindset, it also comes with that same curiosity, that passion, that drive, and that will be the key that helps you learn new concepts and continue to keep your growth going up. Remember, it's easy for an advanced drummer to get stuck in their ways, but the beginner mindset is open to all possibilities. Now, by no means am I saying that learning new things and new concepts is always going to be easy. It's not. Because the truth is, it's hard to get from point A to point B on the drums, and it's going to be difficult to get from point B to point C on the drums. But if you're a beginner, you're not worried about how hard it is to get good at the drums or to learn your first groove or drum fill. You're just focused on how excited you are to be in the process. So as I end this video, remember, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing. You could be advanced of the advanced of the advanced. But if you want to continue to grow, then you have to keep a beginner mindset. Well, that's it for this video. And until next time, peace.